Blessings, love, and we celebrate our divine winter solstice on this day. The day that the sun moves from the sign of Sagittarius into the sign of Capricorn, activating a powerful sacred geometric alignment that has been followed and revered by our ancestors for thousands and thousands of years, and yet in a short amount of time there has been a dissolution of our ancestry and our connection to nature and our bodies. Part of my own healing process in my life has been reconnecting to the cycles of life, the cycles of being part of nature, and following the solar procession through the zodiac is one of my spiritual practices. I also follow the lunar cycle through the zodiac every day, and I also follow the procession of the other planets in our solar system through the zodiac as a spiritual practice to know myself better, to examine my emotions and my mentality and my physical sensations as a consistent practice to remind myself of why I am alive and why I decided to come here at this time in my life. So much of my human incarnation on this plane, in this body, as Tessa, has been full of pain and self-destruction in hiding. Many people that know me and knew me as a young person would never know the horrible things that I did to myself my entire life as a means to mediate my emotional pain. I did a lot of horrible things to myself that I know is part of this deep self-loathing programming culture that we have inherited from our familial and cultural state at this time. We are a combination of so many different things, and we have come here to try to understand ourselves better, and that's what my belief is about my own life. This isn't up for argument. It doesn't even need to be argued or fought because it's my experience and it's what I experience. So it's so bizarre sometimes, the things that I read when people listen or hear something that I say and then react as if I was talking directly to them. If it resonates with you on such a strong level, it's for you in some way to examine yourself further. I came here to examine myself further, and I have gratitude for my astrology practice because it has saved my life. And there were so many times where I just wanted to die because there were things that I was feeling on a day or thinking on a day that I didn't realize was just part of the energy and motion of the universal dance. And sometimes when I feel like I want to kill myself, I don't feel like that all the time, but I do feel like that sometimes. I've learned now to hold space for myself and see, like, what is it that's bringing this energy into my being, because I don't want to die. I feel like I want to die sometimes because human life is fucking unbearable a lot of the time, but it's also beautiful. And I'm learning how to seed magic into my life every day. And this has been an ongoing practice since my burgeoning awakening that started in late 2011, 2012, that really, really set off in 2014 after multiple incredible traumatic events. There are many things that happen in a human's life that will tip off their own awakening. No one can tell you what an awakening means to you. You have to do that experience, explore, and uncover what life means to you. So I'm the Sagittarius sun. I was born on December 16th, 1983, on the day that the sun was in Sagittarius. And as I have explored Sagittarius energy, it has opened my heart so wide to the fact that I'm part of something so much bigger than I think that I really am. I'm not alone. I'm part of something so deep. My body resonates with things that I read and I see and I hear, and I cry when I read things and hear things and seek things. So I know that there's a truth there. And then when I realized that I have a multidimensional personality, I'm not just a Sagittarius. I'm not just a Sagittarius sun because there is a whole solar system that lives within me. I have a moon sign, a rising sign, a Mercury sign, a Venus sign, a Mars sign, a Saturn sign, a Jupiter sign, and a bunch of outer planet signs. that all make up the multidimensional human being that I am. I am a miracle simply for being alive, and it is a mantra that I say to myself all the time to heal ancient lies that I told myself, that I was unlovable, I didn't even need to be here, that I had nothing important to say, that I was uninteresting, that I was a loser. There's so many things that I've said to myself so many times over and over and over and over and over again that it became such an ingrained belief system that I just hurt myself all the time as a means to stop thinking and feeling those ways. But then I realized I can take care of myself. I can learn how to take care of myself. And when I found my astrology and my birth chart, I realized that Capricorn is my Mercury sign, so it's my communication and thinking, motivational energy, and it's my rising sign, meaning it's a huge fucking part of my human personality that I am very Capricornian by nature. And so, like, who is Capricorn to me? I don't even know who Capricorn is. This is what I thought, but I didn't know a lot about Sagittarius. I'm like, I can study Capricorn. I'm gonna go look for as much Capricorn information as I can and see what I discover, because as a Sagittarius, I just like doing that. I like following the part of my being that's like, I wonder what that means. Consider that every time that you think or feel like this internal energy to seek, who is that? It is you. It is a higher self within thee, as the angel gull says, yes, behind me. That's the truth. There's an energy that motivates you to know more and seek more, beyond the fear brain, beyond the self-loathing brain, beyond the depression brain. There is a light inside of you that isn't always there, and it's always been with you, and it desires for you to awaken to yourself, become a steward for your own existence. And so this is something that Capricorn has taught me so much, a persistence in the darkest, blackest night, for we are in the dead of winter in the northern hemisphere, which is where I live, which is why I speak on this. Consider the symbolism of winter, the darkness of winter, and how that makes you feel inside of your body. A rest state, but it can also be scary. A darkness, there's shadows there. Capricorn is the mountain sea goat within me. A strength by the sea, a persistence to continue to climb in spite of the fear that lays below me, in spite of the unknown that lays above and beyond. I continue on because I chose to come here. I chose to come here. It's so bizarre to think that sometimes, especially when you're born into families that have abused you and abandoned you, or you didn't even have a family to begin with and you just find yourself here. There is a lot of anger and disappointment and rage and sadness and longing that we need to explore. And we can turn that into our own art by teaching ourselves what these concepts mean to us. And this is a part of deep emotional wound healing, to go deeper and deeper into the dark and to shine your light into the darkness, and think of what a pinhole of light can do in a dark room. That is the pathway. Capricorn is your gateway into the higher mind, the higher light, your ascension into your physical body. Ascension is evolution. You're not here to leave the planet. You're here to rise above the density of your lower mind. That is the gift that Sagittarius gave you. You carry the power of the higher mind, higher thinking into the darkness, into this willingness, into the persistence to know your true self, to do the work, to have the hard conversations, to make the fucking sacrifices. It is not easy. It is always easier said than done. Stop saying that. It is always fucking easier said than done. If it was easier to do, everybody would do it, would be doing it. I love that I screw up on that. It's not even a screw up, it's divine, it's hilarious. Allow yourself to give meaning to what the light means to you, what your body means to you, what solar energy means to you, what holistic nutrition means to you, what cellular regeneration and purification means to you, what detoxing means to you. Explore all of the ways that you willingly, ignorantly, willfully, ignorantly toxify yourself every day by the things that you speak, what you listen to, who you hang out with, what you're eating and drinking. Are you really truly taking care of yourself, or are you participating in self-harm? Are you willing to show yourself the true light?